Amara stood at the gate of the university for the first time, her admission letter folded neatly inside her bag. The air around the campus smelled like freedom. Students were rushing in different directions, some laughing, some carrying books, some dressed like models heading to a show. Amara held her mother's hand tightly as they walked into the hostel area. Her father carried a box of her clothes. She could not believe she was finally in the university. Her mother stopped her just before entering the hostel. "Remember what we taught you," she said softly. "Pray every day, go to fellowship, focus on your books. God brought you here." Amara nodded, smiling, her heart full of excitement and fear at the same time. She promised herself she would make her parents proud. Inside her hostel, the room was small but lively. Girls were unpacking boxes and talking loudly. Amara met Adaize first, a tall girl with braids and a confident smile. "Welcome, Rumi," Adaize said. "You are going to enjoy this place." Amara smiled shyly. Another girl, Chinwe, came in later with a big bag of clothes and a loud laugh. They all settled down and became roommates. The first weeks of school were full of discovery. Amara loved the large lecture halls, the library with rows of books, and the freedom to go anywhere. She joined the campus fellowship immediately. She sang in the choir and even attended prayer walks. Her new friends thought she was too serious, but she didn't mind. She called her parents every evening and sent them pictures of her reading in the library. She believed she could hold on to her faith and still enjoy university life. But slowly, things started to change. Adaize liked to dress up and go out at night. Chinwe knew all the parties happening in town. They would come back to the room late at night, smelling of perfume and excitement. "You are missing out, Amara," Adaize said one night. "There's a birthday party tonight. Come with us." Amara shook her head. "I have fellowship." Chinwe rolled her eyes. "Fellowship every time. This is university, not your village church. Loosen up."
At first, Amara resisted. She continued going to fellowship and reading her Bible every night. But one Thursday evening, they came back again with the same invitation. "Tonight is different," Adaize said. "It's the biggest party of the semester. Everyone will be there, even some lecturers." Amara laughed nervously. "I don't even have clothes for that." "We will style you," Chinwe replied, already pulling dresses out of her bag. Amara hesitated. She thought about her test the next day. She thought about her mother's voice warning her, but she didn't want to look like a boring girl. "Okay," she said finally, "but only for a little while." That night they dressed her up. Adaize wore a short black gown. Chinwe wore jeans and a glittering top. They put light makeup on Amara's face and gave her a new pair of sandals. "Perfect," Adaize said, clapping. Chike, a popular student with a car, picked them up at the hostel gate. He smiled at Amara through the rearview mirror. "You're quiet," he said. "Don't worry, you'll enjoy tonight." The party was in a lodge off campus. Lights flashed from the windows. Loud music poured into the street. Inside, people were dancing, drinking, and shouting. The smell of alcohol mixed with perfume and smoke. Amara clutched her small bag and looked around. She had never been in such a place. Adaize and Chinwe quickly disappeared into the crowd. Chike came back with a glass of wine. "Just small," he said, handing it to Amara. "I don't drink," she replied. "Come on, it's just wine," Chike smiled. "One sip won't kill you." Adaize appeared and whispered, "Take it, it's nothing." Amara looked at the glass. It was just one sip. She didn't want to look like a child. She took it and sipped. The sweet liquid burnt her throat a little. Everyone clapped and laughed. "Good girl," Chike said. "Now you are one of us." Later that night, Amara danced. She drank another small glass. She felt light, free, and happy. She forgot about the test the next day. They returned to the hostel almost at 2 a.m. She collapsed on her bed, dizzy, and slept.
She woke up late. Her head was heavy. She ran to class but arrived 20 minutes late. She failed the test badly.
That evening, she cried quietly in the bathroom. "God, I'm sorry," she whispered. "It was just one night." She promised herself it would not happen again. But days passed, and the same friends kept inviting her. Little by little, her promises became weaker. She started skipping fellowship meetings. She no longer called her parents regularly. She posted more pictures online. New clothes, new makeup, new friends. People from home sent her messages asking if she was okay. She replied with fake smiles and "I'm fine." Inside, she felt empty. One weekend, Ifeoma, a new friend from their hostel, invited her to a beach party in Enugu. "We'll sleep over and come back on Sunday," she said. Amara thought about church, about her choir friends at home, but she agreed. That trip changed things even more. They stayed out all night. She came back tired, skipped class, and missed a major assignment. By the end of first semester, Amara's grades had dropped. She barely passed some courses. She still prayed sometimes, but without strength. Her Bible had dust on it. Sometimes at night, she woke up crying. She missed her old self, but she did not know how to go back. One evening, she sat alone in her room. Adaeze and Chingwe had gone out. She looked at her reflection in the mirror. Heavy makeup, new clothes, but empty eyes. Her phone buzzed. It was a message from her mother. "We are praying for you. Remember who you are." Amara dropped the phone and cried quietly. Amara entered her second year on campus as a completely different person. She had changed so much that even people from her first year hardly recognized her. She no longer carried her Bible everywhere. She no longer rushed to evening fellowship. She was always at a party, a hangout, or in Chike's car. People whispered and called her Chike's babe, but she pretended not to care. Her phone was full of pictures from clubs and beaches. Inside, she felt a hole that nothing could fill, but she kept smiling, hoping no one would see her emptiness. Her grades were poor. Her parents were worried. Her mother's voice on the phone became sharp and worried, but Amara always said she was fine, hiding the truth from everyone. Chike had become controlling. He bought her food, clothes, and gifts, but also wanted her to skip classes to spend time with him. He became angry when she refused. Adaeze tried to warn her once, but Amara ignored it. One evening, after a loud quarrel with Chike, Amara ran back to her hostel crying. She opened her Bible for the first time in weeks, and her tears fell on the pages. She read a verse her mother had underlined years ago about coming back to God and being healed. But she shut the book quickly and cried harder, feeling she was too far gone. The real wake-up call came one rainy night in third year. Amara and her friends were coming back from a club in town. They were squeezed in a small car with loud music playing. Suddenly, a bus ran a red light and almost hit them. Their car swerved off the road and slammed into a street pole. Everything went silent. Glass shattered. People screamed. Amara's head hit the dashboard. For a few seconds, she thought she would die. When she opened her eyes, she was bleeding from a cut on her forehead. Adaeze was crying. Chike was shouting into his phone for help. They were rushed to a small clinic near the university. The doctors stitched Amara's forehead. She was lucky, only minor injuries. But while she lay on the bed, she heard another patient in the next room die from an accident. The sound of the monitor going flat cut into her heart. That night, she prayed properly for the first time in a long time. "God, please forgive me. I don't want to die like this. Help me to change." After the accident, Amara cut ties with Chike. She stopped going to parties. She deleted some phone numbers. She went back to the campus fellowship, sitting quietly at the back at first. The pastor's wife noticed her and spoke to her after service. "You are welcome, my dear. We have missed you. God still loves you. He wants you back." Amara cried again. Week by week, she joined prayer meetings, Bible studies, and small groups. She began to sing in the choir once more. It was not easy. Some friends mocked her. Chinwe said once, "Church girl again."
You think it's that easy? But Amara just smiled. I'm choosing a better way, she replied. Her grades began to improve slowly. She spent more time in the library. She called her mother more often. Her parents noticed the change in her voice. Her mother said one evening on the phone, Amara, we are proud of you.
Amara made new friends at fellowship. They encouraged her, prayed with her, and helped her study. She still saw Adaeze, but now their conversations were different. Adaeze also began to attend fellowship sometimes. One Sunday after church, Adaeze said quietly, Amara, you are strong. I want to change too. Amara smiled. God can help us both. By her final year, Amara had become a leader in the campus fellowship. She organized prayer walks, helped new students find their feet, and shared her story of change. People respected her again. She also focused hard on her academics. She worked in study groups, asked lecturers for help, and spent nights in the library during exams. Slowly, her results improved. Amara also learned to forgive herself. She stopped hiding her past. Instead, she used it to encourage other young women. The day of graduation came at last. The campus was full of proud parents, students in gowns and cameras flashing. The sun shone bright as choirs sang. Amara stood in her black gown and cap, her face glowing. Her parents arrived early. Her mother hugged her tightly and whispered with tears in her eyes, My daughter, we prayed for you, and God answered. Amara smiled. Mom, thank you for never giving up on me. When her name was called, she walked across the stage to collect her certificate. She felt tears sting her eyes. She remembered her first day on campus, the parties, the mistakes, the accident, the prayers, the nights she had cried, and now she was here, alive, changed, and a graduate. After the ceremony, her friends from fellowship gathered around her for photos. Adaeze stood next to her in a bright dress, also smiling. Look at us, Adaeze said. We made it. We did, Amara replied, by God's grace. That evening, as the sun set over the university buildings, Amara sat alone for a moment on a bench. She looked at the big sign of the university one last time. She whispered a prayer. Thank you, God. I will not forget who I am again. She rose, adjusted her gown, and walked toward her future with quiet strength.